Hey, it's Mac and I'm back, with another list, meaning I thought up something slightly original. That will put me on the verge of fascination until the video's out. This time, taxidermy. It's the unique art to preserve the dead and give them the illusion of life, in all their past glory, as if they're frozen in time. The hobby can mix morbidness with wonder, but being me, I've just got to pick on the ones you say to yourself, why would someone make this and why can't I look away? So let me get this channel back on track and honor 10 of them. It was either this or again something like waxworks that make you do a triple take. This is the top 10 creepiest taxidermy creations. I guess I have to put up a warning before it's too late. Oh damn, okay, this says it's not suitable for everyone. Squirrels for some are a beloved mammal. They're rambunctious critters that are not bad enough to be assholes. Like many birds, they're welcome into our yards and gardens, and they don't have a sinister side. Well, apart from maybe this one. And there's some interesting folks that like to have them taxidermied. Dressing them up in amusing roles, putting them in poses, even creating tributes to pop culture. There's so many of these, and yep, someone had to do this. It is ironic in a way that they're using death to recreate death. Capital punishment never looked so adorable. Yippee, I get to talk about steampunk. It's a sub-goth culture influenced by the Victorian style and an industrial aesthetic. It's produced some of the most fabulously badass cosplays out there. But what if you did that to some kind of animal? Well, that's what Lisa Black thought when she pulled this off. It's titled Fixed Fawn. It's exactly as weird as you'd expect and more. It gives this kind of twisted view of nature that mixes biology with mechanics. But to me it's just an upgrade to the survival of the fittest thing. Radical, huh? With an unexperienced point of view, I like to think bigger is better. There's nothing like standing near something that you know if it was alive it would make you its dinner like that. Apart from maybe some kind of drug. For example, this beauty. It's weird how you can make bizarre things look comfortable. You're going to see so much of this creativity through the list. Heck, before you know it, there's going to be blue whale motels. Oh, by the way, it was either this or this. Tell me if I'm wrong if you want to. We'll all have to one day face the facts that it's just my opinion that foxes are awesome. Mythology and doll can back me up here. They're like the mischievous gentlemen of the, not you, wilderness. This sliders didn't quite translate when it was given a second life and put back on its feet. On its butt in this case. Created by Adele Morse. It's known as the stone fox, putting the quadruped in a sitting position with those bug eyes, as if the thing is looking through your soul into the next person's soul behind you. And it wouldn't be the internet if he weren't a meme star already. But despite how much I look at him, I can't read the little guy. There's all types of decorations for a person's home, but only one can symbolize a person's manliness, and perhaps a little inner darkness. With these head-mounted trophies, they can be found throughout the world, showing off so much of the animal kingdom, including big game. And then there's something like this freaky thing. The simple story behind it is as vague as it comes. It was discovered in a closet of a tattoo parlor in Texas, and that's all I know. How could a smile be that disturbing to turn man's best friend into man's best nightmare? It even puts the laughing gear from Evil Dead 2 to shame. Ever heard of fantasy taxidermy? You have now. It's the sub-art of using remains of other animals to create fictional creatures. Some of these are made by talented artists, where sky's the limit with imagination, using limited resources. Out of all the cryptids you can bring to life, Alberta Beach's passion gave us the mythical ape man, known as Sasquatch to the people who believe in him and Bigfoot to the ones that don't. By the way, he's behind the tree if you can't see him. Beach's take on North America's favorite monster closely resembles Gigantopithecus, but not as big and kind of human-looking. It's kind of close to the Patterson-Gimlin Sasquatch from '67. The whole thing was covered in a documentary called Big Fur, and yes, technically this still counts as taxidermy. It's impressive to see what the mind can do to fill in the blanks. Personally, I like to see him take on the Jersey Devil. Alice in Wonderland is Lewis Carroll's magnum opus, because no one's told me different. It's one of the most read works of literature in history, inspiring many that go on to inspire others to read it. It's a delightful classic that is so unapologetic of having no logic or sense, including rememberable characters such as the Cheshire Cat. That doesn't sound that bad until someone recreates it in the flesh, or fur. Good on them. This matches the dark style that many have envisioned the book as. I mean, Jesus, someone missing their teeth? There's something about the beings we share the planet with. As an animal lover, I can vouch for that. We're not that far removed from them. You might find moments of your life where you think, oh wait, I acted kind of like my cat would, and then the next thing you know is, it's giving you that look of, yeah, I know how to use a door handle even though I can't reach it. So maybe this is what Kate Clark was going for with these creations. Props for the skill and talent that took to make it. It's interesting to note that it wasn't her attempt to be surreal or purposely frighten. If you're not put off by it and look deeper, you can see kind of a connection. It's one of those cases I can't pick one, so number 3 is just what's ever on screen right now. Again, Kate, it's eerie, but I get it. We return with Fantasy Taxidermy, or Fantadermy for short, even though I'm not going to use it again. In no way I can do a list without mentioning this legendary sideshow star. Known as the Fiji Mermaid, it's practically a Frankenstein monster of a fish and a monkey. I'm not sure if it was passed on as a hoax or just some freakish oddity to look at, but the idea of knowing more of these are out there and alive would keep even the toughest of people away from the waters of Fiji, Scooby-Doo style. It's such a dynamic departure from the more beautiful sea maidens we know from legend and pop culture, even though you could argue this is more authentic to science. The one you're looking at now isn't the original, as it went missing long ago, but this is a good recreation. I'm surprised that many filmmakers haven't tapped into the potential of the horror mermaid. So far, we've only seen a microcosm of all the animals living today. It seems that any creature can be taxidermied, and even a human. While we've seen preserved corpses of historical figures, there's none like this guy, Jeremy Benham, a philosopher of the 18th century and father of utilitarianism. And yes, I won't go on, he had himself taxidermied, after he was dead, of course. His home is a case in the University of London, dressed up in his usual getup for all to see. He was even fitted with hinges for the purpose of being moved into different poses, but because of how fragile he is, he's just being left the way he is. And while he looks like any historical recreated dummy, there's something spooky that behind all that material is what's left of the man. It's a twisted bit of trivia you can use to break the ice with anyone. Thank you all for checking out something that probably took way too long to make. But hey, you know, huge death toll pandemic. It's one of those kind of things. I hope to make something worth your while. I hope it has passion behind it like the old days, and it's at a time where you can socialize with others like the old days. Be safe where you at.